Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, reporting live from bed because I can't be bothered to set up my video recording stuff. It's been a long couple of weeks. I'm very tired, but I want to do some reading vlogs because I just haven't been posting many videos lately. I've been having camera issues, I've been tired, I've been like run down. The month of July was just absolutely crazy for me. I feel like I'm still recovering from that. So I wanted to try to do some reading vlogs, at least like fill you guys in on what I've been doing, kind of. So I'm in one of these reading modes where I like can't decide what I actually want to read. So I'm reading 4 books right now, 2 of which I kind of need to read because they are review copies, and 2 of which I just decided that I wanted to read, so I will show you those now. The main book that I'm reading right now is The Light Between Us by Katie Kahn, who is an author that I like very much. Her debut novel was Hold Back the Stars last year, which was excellent and I really liked. And this is very different in feel, but it's still a kind of like sci-fi meets romance book. I'm about 100 pages in and I'm really liking it. I think that I prefer the style and sort of setting and stuff of Hold Back the Stars a little bit better, but I am really liking this. The other book that I like need to read because it's a review copy that I'm reading right now is Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. I just finished his Divine Cities trilogy, which is like fantastic. It's so good. It's so underrated. It's genuinely one of the best fantasy series I've ever read in my entire life, and I feel like no one reads it, so highly recommend those books. It starts with City of Stairs. You've heard me yell about these before, but this is his new book, which is in like a whole new universe and everything. So I'm not very far on this one, but this is the one that actually has a bit of a deadline because I need to have a review posted on the 22nd because I am part of this blog tour, so I really need to get cracking on this. Next up, I knew I just wouldn't get a chance to read this in time if I didn't pick it up now. So this is Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix by Julie C. Dow, which like, I'm so happy I have a copy of this. They had these at Yelk and like didn't tell anyone. It was just one of the like buy a book get a free galley on the sourcebook stand. And my friend Nikki told me that she got a copy of this and I like zoomed off in a little Justine-shaped cloud of dust to get this book because I loved Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, which was her debut novel. This is the sequel, it's a duology, and I'm so excited. So I'm like 30 pages into this. I'm not very far, but this is like bedtime reading and I'm like so excited to read this because the first one is so amazing. Last but not least, because again, it's not me if I'm not reading like 4 books at once, I started Nevernight by Jay Kristoff earlier today. I'm doing the audiobook version. I just happen to also own a copy of it. And going the audiobook route I think is definitely the best idea for me. I really didn't know what to expect from this. I just kind of assumed it would be sort of, you know, standard fantasy with like a kick-ass lady heroine. You can tell I'm tired because I'm propping these books up on my face. But I really love the writing style. The narrator of the audiobook is amazing if you're thinking about getting this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only like an hour and a half into the 20-hour audiobook, but it's really fun. I'm really liking it. So once I finish some of my other books, then this is definitely going to be picked up. I might do sort of audiobook and physical book simultaneously because I like to live dangerously. Right now I'm going to pick up Foundryside again, I think, because I really do need to get cracking on that book and I'm only a few pages in. So I'm going to do that now and I will let you guys know how that goes. So we've got a special guest in the I Should Read That studios. It's Dax, who you rarely get to see in these videos because she does not like to be picked up like Sophia does. She kind of lets you pet her on her own terms. So she's sitting in my lap because she likes to sit on people when they have duvets and blankets on them. And we'll see how long she stays here, but she's being a good kitty for now. Happy Wednesday! So I totally forgot to film yesterday, which seems to be a problem with me because I'm really bad at keeping up with reading vlogs, but I'm back, it's Wednesday, all is well, and I actually spent a lot of yesterday reading. I ended up finishing The Light Between Us by Katie Kahn, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. I did prefer her debut novel, which was Hold Back the Stars from last year, just because of like just because of like setting and stuff. But I really liked it. It was really good. It was really enjoyable. It's one of those books that I feel is such a such a great place for people who don't read sci-fi to start with sci-fi because it's so accessible, it's so digestible. So I really, really enjoyed that. So I'm still working on my other 3 books. So Nevernight, I'm about 4 hours into the audiobook and it's going really well. I'm really enjoying it. I can't remember if I said this last time or not, but I feel like Nevernight is a book that was either going to work really well for me or was not going to work for me at all. And I think because of his writing style, his spectacular writing style that I really love, it's working out great for me. So I'm really enjoying it. I don't have much time to listen to audiobooks, unfortunately, but I can sort of tune in on my commute if I'm not feeling like reading, because my commute is extremely bumpy and sometimes it's not great reading conditions. So I will listen to the audiobook sometimes, especially in the morning, and I also get to listen at work a little bit, but not very much. So this is going slowly, but I'm really enjoying it. My main focus at the moment is Foundryside because I have been really, really bad. I got this ages ago and I was like, oh great, so my date for the blog tour when I have to have a review up is on the 22nd of August. It's so far away. It is currently the 15th of August. I don't really have a lot of time, so I need to get cracking on this, but I'm exactly 99 pages in at the moment. I think it's 503 or something like that, at least in this copy. So it's good, it's going well, it's reading really quickly. What's nice about this is that it's not printed in teeny tiny type like the Divine Cities trilogy is, which makes it deceptively long because those books don't look very long at all, but the type is so small because they're trying to like make it look slightly more manageable. But this is going well, it's going alright. I am not entirely sure how I feel about it yet, and that's possibly because I just finished City of Miracles, which is the last book in the Divine Cities trilogy. I'm pretty sure I've already said all of this, and I love that so much, and this is quite different. But I feel like the more I'm getting into it, the more I'm liking it, so we'll see how it goes. Last, I am still working on Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix, but I get to read like a couple pages a night because I've been reading this before bed, so I'm like 30 pages in. This is much less of a priority for me than Foundryside, because Foundryside I have to do a review in exactly 1 week, and this book isn't out until November in the UK, so I am not really paying a huge amount of attention to Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix, but when I finish Foundryside, this is definitely going to be my next one. And then after I finish this, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick up another one of my Yalk arcs, probably Girls of Paper and Fire, which looks amazing, and one of my friends just got her own copy of it today because she didn't get it at Yalk, so she's very excited and her excitement for that book is rubbing off. So once I finish this, I'm going to hop into that. I don't think there's really much else to say. I'm still having camera issues and just time issues for YouTube. I have cats like swarming around me. So I've not really had a chance to film anything, but I might take a small YouTube hiatus and just do these reading vlogs and then try to like get a backlog of videos going so that I don't have these problems anymore. But we'll see how it goes, maybe over the weekend, but I'm going to be pretty busy on the weekends for the next couple of weeks, so we'll see what happens. Hey look, I'm actually in a different location this time. I'm not just filming in bed all the time, which is very, very tempting because I always remember to do this at the very end of the day, but I actually filmed some stuff today. I did. I'm so happy. I've been stuck in this really weird place for filming for so long, and I haven't been able to really do anything. I've had, again, as I think I've mentioned before, a lot of camera issues, but I've also just had some trouble believing that people want to watch this stuff, which is really stupid. I realize that, but like, you know, sometimes you just get hit by dumb feelings, and that's been happening a lot lately to me. But I filmed some stuff. I filmed 3 videos, one of which I've never done before, and 2 reviews, so keep an eye out for those. I'm very, very excited to have them up. I probably won't have them up before this video goes live, so check back soon. I feel like this is so shaky. I need to get like a tripod or something. I'm just kind of going, not stream of consciousness, but just kind of yammering because I feel like I've been too like stiff and formal in my reading vlogs, so I don't really want to do that. I want to actually like have these be somewhat interesting and enjoyable to watch. No. But reading wise, I am making some serious progress in Foundryside, and I'm very happy about it. I'm like, I should hit 200 pages tonight. I think I'm on page like 188 and it's getting close to bedtime here, but I wasn't sure about how I was feeling about it initially, and I have changed my mind about that. It's one of those books where I feel like your initial introduction to sort of the magic and the characters and whatnot is kind of thin. Because it's the introduction, it's only the first few pages, and then once things start to come together, so once characters start to meet each other and they have more of a purpose, and also once the magic system gets a little bit better explained, it's improved a lot. So the big thing for me is having the magic system actually be interesting, because everyone was talking about how amazing it was, and I was like, I don't get it. It's kind of okay. So basically it's called scriving, and I guess the easy way to say it is you essentially write very, very, very complicated, almost like hieroglyphics on an item, and you can manipulate it somehow. So you can, say, scrive an arrow and tell the arrow you're not shooting straight through the air, you're actually falling 600 feet. So it thinks that that's what's happening, and it goes super, super fast, and it shoots through whatever. Or you can scrive, say, a carriage. There's lots of scribed carriages in this world. You can scribe a carriage to think that it's rolling downhill so that it will just go by itself without the need for horses. And now that those things are explained, I'm enjoying it much, much more, because scribing is a big part of this story. So I am liking it more. I'm not loving it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I am getting close to halfway. So again, I'm almost 200 pages in, and it's a 500-page book. So I'm hoping to have that done before the weekend is out, because my review will go up on Wednesday, and I'm just very curious to see what he comes up with that's not Divine Cities. So this should be really good. As if I wasn't already having a wonderful evening. Ow! Someone decided to come sit in my lap and dig her claws into my leg. Oh, Dax is so cute, but she is the bringer of so much pain. She really, really enjoys climbing on top of people, jumping on them, and possibly digging her claws into them, so, you know, that's fun. So it's Sunday and I am back, obviously at the height of glamour. I've got my glasses on, my hair's a mess, and I'm wearing my Prasheen t-shirt, so clearly we've really got our stuff together today. So I think I skipped Friday and Saturday. I think the last day that I filmed anything was on Thursday. I'm really not sure. But the reason for that is because I just felt like I didn't really have anything to say, because I hadn't finished Foundryside until today. So it's this big stack of books here. I've got Foundryside done, finally. His books tend to take a really long time for me to read, and that's usually because the type is so small. I guess the type is quite small in this one as well. But they're like deceptively long books, and I feel like you kind of need to really pay attention to them as well. They fly by, but they're also long, so I guess that just happens. I have a lot of feelings about it, and I think it's going to be a really difficult book to review, because I'm going to try to keep my bias of loving his other series out of my review. I'm going to try to review it as though I haven't read his other books, because a lot of the stuff that I love from his other books is not in this one. But I did like it. I thought there were parts that were better than others, and I think that the characters on their own are a little bit kind of lean more towards forgettable, but when they're all together, their chemistry together is amazing. So when all the characters are together doing their thing, it's fantastic, but when they're separate, it goes a little bit slower. Has a great ending, so that might also color my decision as well, because I tend to, if a book has a really great ending, give it a higher rating, because obviously that's the last thing that you read. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but I have to have my review written quite soon. So we will figure that out somehow. So to wrap up this reading vlog, I read 2 books this week. So I read The Light Between Us by Katie Kahn, which I think I initially gave 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm actually going to boost that up to 4.5, because I cannot stop thinking about this book and everything that happens in it. It's just one of those books that really kind of gets its claws into you and doesn't really let go. So it's been I don't know, almost a week, a few days since I've read it, and I'm I can't stop thinking about it. So that's obviously a good thing. I also read Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett. I think I'm going to give this a 4-star rating for now, and then sort of reevaluate tomorrow, because again, it had a lot of ups and downs. There were there was one particular part of it, sort of getting close to the end, maybe 100, 150 pages from the end, where I was like, I don't like this. And then it turned it all around. It's a very weird book, and I did read a proof copy of it, so that might be something that has to do with it as well, but I don't know. I'm still reading Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix, but I did pick up The Blue Salt Road by Joanne Harris because it's a novella, it's really short, and I feel like this will be a really good palate cleanser. And this is a, like a retelling of the child ballads, which are kind of very creepy, dark British folk tales. And it doesn't come out until November, so I don't have to read it anytime soon, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love her so much and she's amazing. I'm already 40 pages in and I read for not very long at all, so this is going to go by nice and quick. In exciting news, I've had book posts over the past couple of days. So one is a pre-order and one is a review copy. And so first off, my pre-order for City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab came in like 2.5 weeks early. I think it comes out in the UK on the 6th of September, and today is the 19th, so it came in yesterday on the 18th of August, so that's exciting, that's good. And it's funny because I've been reading, I've been reading a lot of Robert Jackson Bennett's books, which have very small type, and other kind of adult books, and I opened this up, and like the type, I don't know if you can actually see that here, the type is massive. It's huge. I forgot that this was middle grade. So I opened it up and I was like, whoa. So this should be fun. Her adult fiction just doesn't really do it for me. As you can probably see, I have them all. I've read them all, the Shades of Magic books. They're alright. They're not great. The first one's not very good, and then they progressively get better, which is nice, but they just don't do it for me in the way that they do it for a lot of other people. But I want to keep reading her stuff because I like her kind of as a person, so want to be supportive of that. And I got a review copy of Wildcard by Marie Lu in, and I'm so happy about this because I read Warcross last year. And I loved it. It was so much fun. It was my first book by Marie Lu, and it's just like the perfect, like, fun sci-fi adventure story that goes by so quickly. I loved all the characters. There's a great ending, and I highly recommend, by the way, to not read what the synopsis of this book is because it has massive spoilers for the first book. So if you haven't read that, don't read this. But I'm really looking forward to reading this. I really liked Warcross, as I said, and I need to get into her other books, and I just haven't had the chance yet. But this is going to be fun. I don't usually like books about virtual reality because I find it really boring, but the way that she integrates it into the entire world and the entire culture in her books is just so much fun, and that brings it to life so much more than any other books about virtual reality in video games. I just don't find them interesting at all, except for this one. This is the big exception. So that's it for this week. Hopefully I'm gonna get some more videos and some more reviews up and just kind of start doing this again because I have missed it, but I've also been really lazy and just not really feeling like doing these. So I'm hopefully going to change that. Hopefully you'll see a lot more of me. I will do a reading vlog for this coming week as well, which should be good, and we have a bank holiday weekend, so next weekend I should get a lot of reading done, and we'll see how it goes. So if you enjoy reading vlogs, I am going to start posting them along with more bookish content to this channel fairly frequently, so hit subscribe and I will see you next time.